Yo, what's up guys, Saintsfan here, welcome back to another GTA 5 Q&A, and I wanted to start this episode off with a pretty fun question. So this one comes in from Noah. What about naming the Blaine County DLC Hillbillies of the North? So I'm not gonna answer your question there, but I want you guys, because I thought this would be pretty cool, if for whatever reason there was gonna be a Blaine County DLC. Now I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but let's just say if. What would be a really cool name for it? If you can come up with one, let me know in the comments. I think it'd be pretty cool to see what kind of awesome or funny names that we could come up with. Next question from The Scared Ghost, and he says, actually, how many hours do you have in GTA altogether? So just on Steam alone, I have played GTA 5 for 660 hours. That's just on PC. If you combine that with all my Xbox 360 and Xbox One days, then it's ridiculous, man. I have I think the last time I checked was 70 plus days on the game. So whatever that is in hours, it's absolutely ridiculous. But you gotta remember, I've been playing it for 2.5 years, ever since the first day it came out. Next up, Ryan, where do you think the business idea will go? Will it be like the stock in the story mode or private businesses? So yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, what Rockstar actually has planned. And for, one thing I will mention, this May 2016 DLC, we don't know 100% it's going to be that business DLC or that business themed idea that I talked about yesterday. That could still be months away. Now, it seems that they are still working on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the next one. Maybe they have a lot more stuff to add. But where do I think it'll go? Well, like I mentioned yesterday in the video, it is probably going to have to do with some sort of private businesses, but you mentioned the stock market, and that would be really good. However, the only reason, this is literally the only reason I can think of them not adding the stock market, would be because of cheaters. People will find a way to glitch it and just make tons of money, and that's a no-go for Rockstar. They don't want people to make a ton of money. Maybe if they could figure out a way to balance that, maybe you can only make a certain amount with the stocks or something. That would be interesting, because what if they actually implemented assassinations into free roam? And that did affect the stocks for a certain amount of time. Maybe it's only in your lobby too, so it doesn't affect other lobbies. And that would bring up some pretty cool gameplay scenarios where, well, let's just say this guy that is up for assassination, he will affect your stock that you have negatively. So you're gonna have to protect him. Where if somebody doesn't have that stock, then they could go kill him, and then their stock will rise, and they'll get more money. That would bring up some really cool gameplay scenarios where you're actually trying to save somebody, or somebody's trying to kill somebody, and you have to defend them, The private businesses, yes, that'll be cool, but I really hope they add a lot more than it's just, oh, you go ahead and buy it, and that's it, and you get money over a certain amount of time. If they were to do that, I would hope they add more gameplay scenarios, and it seems like they're doing that with some of the speculation and leaks that we've got, just because at the end of the day, I want new gameplay in GTA Online, new cars, new clothes, and all that stuff. That's cool. New gameplay is where it's at, though. That's why I love the VIP system so much, because it added new gameplay. Next question from Kyle. Do you think they'll add any DLC concepts you've talked about in the past? So I have seen this question come up quite a bit over the past few months. People always say on my DLC concept videos, dude, why are you even doing this, man? They're not going to listen. But see, here's the thing. One, I still want to believe Rockstar listens, because that, just thinking that they don't listen to the community, that would be really upsetting. And two, they actually have listened in the past. Now, not on everything, not on some small things that we would like to see fixed, but on some major things like the lowriders. That was a pretty big concept DLC 3 months before the lowriders actually came out. And they put those in the game, and hell, they're still going. All right, they were cool the first time, but the second and third time, we could go on without those. But the yacht, that was another thing people wanted. The Hydra, that was something people wanted. Stuff like that, and there's quite a few other things in the game that people have wanted. The cars from GTA 4, they're bringing back. Benny's, that was something that was huge. More customization for cars. So they are listening, and that's why I keep making those videos, because if just one of the items or features that I suggest get into the game, that would make me happy. And then speaking of those DLC concepts, this guy Nolan actually brought up a water DLC, and I didn't want to make a separate DLC on this, or a separate video on this, but he actually put it in a Google Doc, and I'll go ahead and read through everything, and it's pretty detailed here, and you guys can let me know in the comments if this even sounds interesting. The only thing I will say about the concept of a water based DLC is that it's too niche. Like lowriders are niche as well, but like a water DLC, as cool as it might sound and as cool as it might be, I just don't think Rockstar would do a DLC specifically made around like the ocean or around water. One, it's kind of hard to sell that. And then two, I don't think many people would be as hyped for it as like new cars. Unfortunately, that's just how, you know, people, that's just how the world works, I guess. But going down the list of stuff, so clothing options, he says there would be piratey outfits, hats, eye patches, shirts, pants, scuba wetsuit, you can have multiple colors and stuff, the scuba tank and mask, fisherman clothing, fish and other sea animal masks, arm floaties, which would be pretty funny, and then goggles to make it clearer when underwater. As for the vehicles, there would be a car boat, like one of those cars that can go on water and land. There would be an actual small cargo boat, which, to be honest, it sounds cool, but it would be like one of the other boats in the, or like all the other boats in the game, really. You're not ever going to use it. A sea bob, where you could go underwater and like swim faster. There would also be a mini submarine, although I would want a submarine that I could fit more than one person in, like a friend or two. And then airboats. Airboats would be cool, especially for like the marshy area, but I just don't feel like there's that big of a need for them. As for the weapons, there's, you know, melee weapons, a pirate hook, a small sword, a spear, a boat paddle, all cool. A harpoon gun would be like the special weapon. And then, since we all know Rockstar love their adversary modes, there would be a new adversary mode called Life of a Pirate. Pirates on sea bobs or jet skis attempt to capture all boats from the other team. The boaters within the time limit. Pirates are armed with assorted melee weapons, and boaters are armed with boat paddles. With all of this, there would be a bunch of new sea races, some new boat customization, a boat garage, maybe like Benny's where you can put a bunch of customization on it, some new yacht upgrades, and the week that would come after it would be Water Week, where you get double money and RP for sea races leading up to the update, reducing the prices on all the boats and stuff that are already in the game. Like I said, that sounds cool, and it would definitely be a welcomed addition. But I don't know if Rockstar would ever make an update specifically based on the sea. One thing, though, that would be really cool if they wanted to do, and this is just an idea for them, if they did want to do mini DLCs or mini updates like this, maybe they don't add the vehicles, but maybe they do add the clothes and some of the weapons. They could do that Water Week, and in that Water Week, they do add these mini things. So it wouldn't be as big as a major DLC, but we would still get new stuff in addition to just the double money and RP from those weeks that they give us. Going forward, that would be a lot better, I think. But you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about that idea. And then last but not least, the question of the day from Sniper. Do you think there will be a huge update in May, or will it be something minor once again? So the question I want you guys to answer, will Rockstar ever release another huge or game-changing DLC? Now, I'm obviously going to say yes, they do, or they are going to be bringing another big DLC in, but that's just because I would hope that they will. But I really want to hear your guys' opinion. Do you think Rockstar have something big in store, or do you think it's just going to be a bunch of minor DLCs until the next game gets released? Anyway, that is it with this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Go ask me questions on Twitter using the hashtag AskSaints if you want to. And as always, see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.